So how did Yes Theory reach 600 million views? In this series, I dive deep into successful channels and debunk on how and why they arrived at where they are today by pinpointing key moments and factors that led to their success. So who is Yes Theory? They are a group of 3 guys making videos where they travel the world setting challenges for themselves as well as for strangers and getting out of their comfort zones along the way, all in order to grow. Their YouTube channel now has 5.4 million subscribers and a whopping 600 million views. So how did it all start? Well, that's factor number 1, networking. The unlikely friendship of Yes Theory is the proof that networking is essential in both personal and professional life. So quick bio. We have Matt, Thomas, Amar, and Darren, who all met in Montreal in the summer of 2015. Thomas was born in Paris from Swedish parents, studied business at McGill University, and co-founded a startup called Passion Snack, which is a social network to allow students to find the things they love to do in any city. Matt is from New York City, but raised in Paris and studied history at McGill University. He co-founded a clothing company called Heart City Apparel. Amar is from Egypt and studied in the west coast of Canada for university in social media and tech. And Darren left Turkey to study in New York and went to Montreal for a couple of weeks to write a movie with a friend. So how did they all meet? Well, Thomas met Matt in a marketing class for a project, but they didn't see each other again for another 6 months. Then, when Thomas bumped into Matt in the streets, he told him he was learning filmmaking and needed some help. They then started brainstorming what would become Project 30, where they would do 30 days of pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. During that time, Thomas had no money and was staying at a friend's house who let him use his couch. The other guy using the couch for the summer was Darren, who initially just wanted to help filming but ended up staying in the group, until, sadly, he had to leave the group a few years later due to visa issues. Then came Amar, so he only had 5 days left in Montreal before continuing to raise money for his one-up startup, where people challenged themselves and tried to one-up each other, which kind of had a similar ideology to Project 30 of improving yourself. So Amar was walking outside one night and heard a party in the building, and in a true Yes Theory style, he decided to join in knowing no one. By talking to people about his startup, everyone was saying he should meet Thomas, who himself was talking about Project 30 to everyone else. He then met Thomas, and they instantly had a good chemistry. So this here proves the power of networking. Had Thomas not talked to anyone about his project, and had Amar not spoken around about his own startup, none of the connection would have happened, and Yes Theory would not be what it is today. This leads me to factor number 2, a variety of original content and storytelling. Even though they were initially heavily inspired by Casey Neistat, Jerome Jarre, and The Buried Life, by putting themselves out there and shooting many different types of content, they were able to find their message and their channel's direction. Their high quality of content and engaging storytelling format helped to contribute to their current growth and success. So when they started Project 30 almost 5 years ago, this channel had 900 subscribers on June 30th, 2015. By the end of Project 30, 1 month later, they had nearly doubled their sub count to 1700 subs. Now we can see here that in October 2015, they were featured on the front page of Reddit, and the spike was due to their recap of Project 30 that got some attention. However, surprisingly, their turning point video would actually be in this spike, November 2015. Let me explain. At that time, sadly, the attacks by ISIS led to many racist behavior. Seeing all those racist acts dividing humanity, they took upon themselves to show the unity between ethnicities by going to the busiest train station in Montreal and holding hands, in order to show their message that they cannot be separated. They did so for 45 minutes, and in that 45 minutes, it went viral, with the local and national news picking the video up. Now, they didn't know it at the time, but after all the content they shot, that one single video would be their most important video of them all and would lead to life-changing events. You'll understand this shortly. So how did they get that growth? Through the third factor being persistence. We are now in November 2015. They had no money. They had all given up their previous ventures to go all in on what was called at the time Generation Why Not. It was actually so bad that Thomas's debit card bounced because of lack of sufficient funds for a pack of gum worth $1.25. Even through that hardship, they still kept shooting content. Then, in November, they received an email that changed everything. They initially thought it was spam, but once they realized it was billionaire Elizabeth Murdoch, daughter of Rupert Murdoch, who contacted them, they immediately replied. Elizabeth's company, Vertical Network, had found them using an algorithm because they wanted to find a male millennial-oriented audience directed by what was inspirational and attainable. Yes Theory was the perfect candidate. They were amongst a group of 10 other content creators, and Vertical Network needed them to make a pilot and film in vertical for Snapchat. They then decided to go big or go home. Against all odds, they were able to get a holiday Christmas picture with the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. Now, why did the security let these three strangers approach the Prime Minister? Well, remember when I said the love over fear video would be their most important one of them all? The security guards of Justin Trudeau had recognized them from that video and let them through, which then led them to getting accepted to the Snapchat show with Brother. They were offered a house, fully covering living expenses, car insurance, visas, and were paying for any and all ideas to shoot around the world. And at the time, they only had 8,000 subscribers. Crazy, right? So after receiving the email in November 2015, they were told to film for the next 5 months. So between January and August 2016, nothing was posted on YouTube, as they were out filming. Then, their show aired that summer. You can actually already see some traction, and by October, they got their first viral hit. It was their video greeting people at the airport in London, which got a lot of media attention. And ever since then, well, their growth has completely changed. We can actually see when they launched their own Snapchat show on August 2017. And what's amazing is that on Snapchat Discovery, they would get thousands of YouTube subscribers even though they did not promote their YouTube channel on Snapchat. People would actually search for them and subscribe on YouTube. Why would they do that? Because of the fourth factor. They live an inspirational, attainable life. Snapchat collaborated with them actually because they are average guys who are able to get into those crazy adventures. Their audience can relate to them and dream about doing those things themselves. We can actually see what adventures led to drastic increases of subscribers for the channel. The June 2018 spike was triggered by the video where they were abandoned in a city in America with no laws. That got viral and ended up getting 25 million views. Their biggest success in terms of subscribers is the Justin Bieber prank in October 2018, where they take a doppelganger and make him eat a burrito sideways. The following 3 weeks after that video brought in 300,000 subscribers. And November 2018 was a big month for them. They had back-to-back viral videos that led to 250,000 extra subscribers in one single month and 35 million views. And by doing all those adventures, they were able to grow a community of like-minded people. That community aspect of Yes Theory is the fifth factor. I have not seen any other YouTube channel that has that sense of community amongst viewers. That's proven by the sheer amount of Facebook groups that were created by the fans and the amount of meetups built around the Yes Theory family. The reason for that is that the channel does not focus on themselves. They focus on improving the lives of their viewers. In a sense, people don't watch three guys doing their own things. Viewers are projecting themselves and watching themselves in these videos. Deep down, everyone wants to meet like-minded people, someone to share the same energy with, and that's what Yes Theory promotes. We can also see that in their branding. Most YouTubers have their face as a profile, but Yes Theory has their message as the forefront of the community, which empowers the message even further. Now, the other message that resonates in their videos and the last factor for the success is the positivity message. If you watch all their videos, their average like ratio is literally 99%, and sometimes a video will even get a 100% like ratio. For example, this video has 100,000 likes and only 1,100 dislikes. Or even this video has 108,000 likes and only 543 dislikes. With so much toxicity and negativity on the internet, it feels good to see a group of guys generally wanting to improve the lives of their viewers. So why positivity works? Matt answers it best.
When you meet people, especially when you travel, 99% of people are positive. 99% of people are nice.
So yeah, that's it for Yes Theory. My goal with this channel is to prove that anyone has the potential to reach their dream. It's not guaranteed, but you can always position yourself and you just need to put in the time. So I'm still figuring out the type of content to deliver, so if you did like this video, please let me know in the comments below. and do let me know who you would want to see next. Peace.